150, 160. He's gone.
What's up, guys? We're back in the garage today. A little bit more work on the VROD. And what we're going to be doing today is installing this Biltwell 1-inch diameter set of handlebars. And the reason I wanted these is because they're about the same width, so it gives it a nice wide look. But at the same time, you get a little bit in and a little bit up, which will improve the seating position just a little bit. And you can see these are dimpled for the cables for these things. The first step is we got to get all of this removed off of here, and then we'll be able to install the handlebars and then install the controls and stuff on top. So the first step is to remove these bar end mirrors, and they're just held on with a what is this, 4mm Allen key. Next step is we got to remove the controls, and for that you're going to need some Torx bits. First you want to remove this top one, and that is going to be, top one's going to be T25, and then you will need a T27 to undo these bolts. Now this should slide off, and this is why you need the dimple, because it's got to go through, somebody ground that out. But now we just got to get the grip off. Now the easiest way I found to get these grips off is to use compressed air. There we go. So you can see somebody just used a steel rod and then they cut some shit out of it. Throttle side, if you're lucky, you can just slip this off the end. What we're going to do is we're going to slip this off the end once we get this loose. Now the next step is to take off this metal cover. It looks like a small hex bolt on each side, probably a 3mm. Oops. There's two. And just like that, you can take this cover off, set it aside. Now, as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. Remove the handlebars. The bolts here are 6mm, and now that you have the handlebar loose, you can just remove it from in there and set it aside. And now, reassembly is the reverse. You're going to want to slip that in, and you can see right there, that's where that dimple is. That's where you have space for this cable to come out. We are going to clamp this bar down. So this next part is very important because it's what you did all this for anyway. You want to figure out where you want your handlebar to be, because you can roll it a little back towards you to bring it back a little further, but it's going to still be down. Or you can roll it up a little bit, and it's going to be positioned higher up. I want it right about there, I think. And now what you want to do is you want to make sure it is center on the bike. Make sure you have the same amount of distance here between the curves, like that. That looks right. And so now we have our controls over here. A little higher up gives me a little bit higher of a seating position. A little more up and down, which is kind of what I wanted. So now all you have to do is tighten this shit in and begin reassembly of the bike. So I didn't think ahead to get new grip, but I will. For now, we're just going to take some of this cloth tape and wrap it up so I can ride the bike in the meantime. And this stuff is great if you hurt yourself, or if you want to just wrap up some grips and not use electrical tape and be all janky about it. This is actually what these grips were wrapped in, and what this is wrapped in. I don't know if it just got dirty with time, like by the time I got it, or if they soaked it with some sort of like tea or something to give it kind of that darker, grungier, full, look. Well, there we go. All put back together, nice and centered, and we got the brakes and stuff tilted down a little bit, make them easier to grab. All in all, handlebars about $80. Puts me in a much better riding position. Controls fit. I am a happy camper. Thanks, guys.